What's going on? We're out here in Scottsdale for our in-person event. Got my guy Will here. Just pulled him aside. We got the entire squad out here. Over 40 people came out to Arizona. Will, thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, man.
Pleasure. Sweet. Well, really, I kind of just wanted to dive in a little bit more, about your story and everything like that. So obviously, just presented you with a $50,000 a month trophy yesterday. Number one, how does that feel?
Pretty awesome, And like I was said yesterday too, in sports, it's cool getting trophies, right? Because it showcases all the hard work that no one really sees, right? Like in sports, the training, the lifting, the watching film, right? All of those things no one really sees, and then it all kind of comes together when you go and achieve what you wanted to do, and then you get a trophy for it. So it's the same thing with this, right? Like a lot of obviously work that nobody sees. It just doesn't happen overnight, right? So it's cool to have that kind of token, have that trophy to be able to, celebrate all that hard work.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Take me back to when you first joined the program, or even maybe a little bit before. Obviously, yes, like you were in college, this and that, but talk to me more about like your identity and the type of person that you were before you joined the program, and maybe even the beginning.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, during my presentation, right, and when I was in high school, I was always scared to take risks, and I thought I had to have the most perfect plan or have the perfect weightlifting program or the perfect meal plan. And that held me back from actually going and like taking risks, right? Because I thought it had to be perfect, and if it wasn't perfect, then it wouldn't work. When in reality, a shitty plan that just takes action on is honestly going to beat the most perfect plan that you have to try to optimize and get all your ducks in a row and everything. So when I was in high school, I wouldn't take that risk. I wouldn't go up to coaches when I was at a camp. I wouldn't be first in line to those things. And that was reflected in my business when I first got started too, because I tried to do it all on my own. I thought I was a pretty smart guy, right? Like when I was in high school, I was always top of the class and everything. And I thought I was a pretty smart guy. I had great grades. And I thought if I just like worked hard enough or something, then I could work and obviously try to go and scale a business. But realized I had really no idea what I was doing. And I didn't really know it at the time, but I was still in that mindset of being scared to take risks in my business. And hopped on that first call with Nick, me and Claude did. And I think Claude has a big role in it too, because I think if I was on my own, I don't know if I'd take that risk, or even if I would have started a post on Instagram and things like that too. So taking that risk, posting on Instagram, not worrying about what others think, which was my main priority when I was going through high school and during my playing career. And taking that risk, posting on Instagram, and obviously taking the risk by joining this program was the biggest flip for me and the biggest change in my mindset and my identity and who I am too.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. And, I remember you told me at the beginning of this year that we did this exercise at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You remember where it was like amplification
Yeah.
and what are the things that we need to cut out. And you told me that taking big bets was something that you wanted to amplify.
Yeah.
And you basically presented on that yesterday too.
Exactly.
Maybe
Yeah.
speak to that and why taking big bets was something that you wanted to amplify.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that I didn't do when I was younger or during my playing career, and that's probably why I was shitty, right? When I first got started. And like I was saying too, your playing career and your coaching or your business is usually a mirror image. And the problems you had during your playing career, you face during your business. So taking that first bet for me, even just by posting on Instagram, right? It didn't work in the first month, 2 months. It took us a year to even hit like 1,000 followers, which is crazy. But it's something I enjoyed doing and showed that, hey, it's not actually that bad, or it's, fear is an inch wide, or fear is a mile wide and an inch deep, right? As soon as you step in, it's not that bad. So every time I've taken a big bet, it's paid off 100 times or like 1,000 times, but I just hadn't ever done it before. So first posting on Instagram, then joining RTU, right? Taking that big risk. I mean, that was by far the most valuable investment that I've ever made and that I can ever make too, because you can only go back and learn those skills one time. It's not something like now you have to, there's not that much out there about the problems that we're having in our business, right? So you can only go back and learn those foundational skills one time. So that was a super valuable bet that I made, and proved to me that taking big bets is the exact way to level up your character, to level up your player card. So when it came time, when I had a pretty good season while I was still playing, I had a pretty good junior season, I could have taken a bet to try to go somewhere bigger, right? And that's exactly what I did, because I became sold on the idea of taking big ass bets. And then I transferred to Boston College from a D3. So that even, like, it was clear that the only way to actually level up your player card and see what's on the outside, and I made this story during the presentation too, is when you first get started, it's like starting a new video game. And the entire map is kind of blocked out, it's fogged out, you can't see what's outside of the little area that you're currently in. But as soon as you go and level up, as soon as you go and take a bet or make that bet or take that risk, then a new area of the map unlocks. You can start to see beyond that fog. And for me, every time I've taken a big ass bet, I unlock a new level, or I unlock that next part of the map that I didn't even know was possible. So joining RTU made it possible for me to know what was possible for players like me, because we had helped 24 players go do it. So I knew that I could do it too and go play D1 football. And then joining Scale last January, I saw what was possible for coaches like me too, because I had that fog prior to that and I couldn't see what actually the plan is or what is actually out there. So every time I've taken a big ass bet, it's paid off.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, dude. And it's been super cool to watch your transformation as, obviously, yes, a business owner, but as a human being too.
Yeah.
So maybe talk a little bit about your progression as a man recently, and what you want to accomplish in the future.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. For me, and we talked about this on a group call, I don't know if it was November, December timeframe. We talked about creating a movement, right? Or why does your business exist outside of actually making money? And thinking through that and talking through the things that we talked through on that group call changed my life and changed my business. Because most people start a business, right? They start coaching, they start training just to be able to make some money. Obviously, you do it because you like to impact too. But when you first get started, really your main priority is like, yo, how can I actually just like make a living off this? How can I go and make money, right? And I was the same way. Most people are the same exact way. So, but after that point, it became something totally different. And realizing why I'm here and why my business exists in the first place and why I'm coaching is to obviously help out 17-year-old me, but on a bigger level, take down the entire star system, right? Because in football recruiting, there's this like star system. If you're good or you go to a big school, you have connections or something, right? You got to sign the star rating, 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star. And I played with a whole bunch of guys at BC, and I've obviously seen a whole bunch of other guys that had these star ratings that were complete dog shit, or they've gotten into the portal 3-4 times, or they're career scout team players, right? And those stars and those players are taking away opportunities from players like I was when I was in high school. I did all the training. I literally drove 45 minutes there, back 5 times a week to this training facility because I didn't have one in my local area, right? So those kids who are the most talented, the most hardworking, are really having opportunities stolen from them by these star recruits. So that's why I do what I do and why I'm so passionate about it, and probably too why we're able to scale. Because before, we were just talking about, money and how can we do this and do that? How can we hit our first 10K month? How can we hit our first 20K month? But making that shift was a big unlock for me, for sure.
I remember that group call having a really, really, really big impact on you. And I could definitely tell a difference in the way that you carried yourself and in the way that you made your content. Yeah. Can you speak a little bit about the progression of this community and how you've grown within it? Because now, like, we got a bunch of people here.
Yeah. It's super awesome because there's nobody, it's not like we're competing in, right? It's not like we're in the same space doing the exact same thing. Everyone kind of has their own twist on it, right? Obviously, there's baseball guys, there's football, soccer, and things like that. But even within that, each baseball guy has their own twist on it, right? So you're not going after the same types of people. So it's almost, right, like we're this big team. Where, and like during your playing days, one of my favorite parts was like going to the weight room, right? You have your team workouts and you're like, cheering each other on and getting hype and all those things. And it's the same exact type of feeling that I have when I jump on those group calls. Because when I started off, right, scale wasn't even like a thing yet.
Yeah.
So we were just in RTU, and I'm trying to think like, Omar was in at that point, and maybe a handful of others.
Yeah.
And it's been super cool to grow with them, right? And be a part of that team that's like started from the absolute bottom almost. Right? We started with 0 athletes and $0 made online. Omar, I think when we first started, he was at 10K or 20K a month, right? He's over 50 now too. And everyone else that has even joined within the last year, like Dylan, Eric, Ashley, is crushing it. So I have a lot of passion for the group, and it is that kind of like group training atmosphere, that like team atmosphere where you're all kind of, cheering everyone on and everything like that.
Yeah, sick. What's been your favorite part of the event so far?
I really enjoyed Matt's talk. I think that was awesome. So, I mean, really the whole day yesterday, meeting everyone, it's hard to pinpoint one exact thing, but obviously I'd only met, at the March Mastermind last year, I met AJ, and Joe's not here today, but I met Joe last year. But like everyone else I really hadn't met before. I'd just seen over like a Zoom call. So super cool to be able to actually see them in person, dap them up, talk about life, and go in and talk about business and different strategies and things too. Also, the lunch was fire.
Yeah, it was?
Yeah.
Sick. Let's go. Okay. Well, cool, dude. That's really all I got for you. I mean, is there anything that you wanted to say while we got the camera rolling?
Yeah. It might take, 3-6 months, but it might take a year. Just for some reference too, like I said, it took us a year on our own to be able to go from 0 followers to about 1,000 followers. And then we joined up with Nick in April of 24, and obviously followers isn't like the end-all be-all metric, but we went from 1K to 10K in like 3 months, just from knowing who we're targeting and having a plan around content and everything like that too. And that summer we went on to do like 20K that whole summer, which was the most that we've ever for sure made. So yeah, it might take you 3-6 months, it might take you a year, but if you actually just like do the work, and it sounds crazy, but like, like Matt was saying, if you have your feet stuck in concrete and you're on the sidewalk and someone is in the middle of the road and there's a big train coming for them, I have that same feeling too, because it's honestly like just so simple. And the biggest unlock is just unlocking your mindset and knowing that you can do it, right? Which I've even seen for our clients, knowing that they can do it. So I have that same feeling for everyone else that is in a similar spot with just starting, or obviously, you have a couple online clients or anything like that. It is possible, and you really just have to follow the steps and just run the plays overall.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
It's a
look at that
Ferrari.
fucking car.
There's a Ferrari right there, a bright red Ferrari. That is one of the dopest cars I've ever seen. We should probably wrap it up here. Well, I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you for coming
Yeah,
on.
bro. Thank you for having me.